Wisconsin election laws prohibit officials from coordinating campaign activities with outside political groups. Scott Walker denies any wrongdoing. The documents were released as part of a legal wrangling over a John Doe investigation into alleged fundraising abuses during the recall elections of 2011 and 2012. But there is more information out this day. The Journal-Sentinel is reporting Scott Walker illegally coordinated with two national groups on political advertising in a way that went further than what was previously known. The two groups, the Sentinel names, are an arm of the Republican Governors Association, and the other is the Republican State Leadership Committee. For more on this, let's turn to our rapid response panel. Mike Tate, who is the state chair of the Democratic Party of Wisconsin, and also Ruth Conniff, editor-in-chief for the Progressive magazine. Great to have both of you with us. Mike, you first. Now there's three groups. And this is reporting from a newspaper that has generally been pretty supportive of Governor Walker. What does this mean? Does Walker not know the law, or has he just shown a real disregard for the regulations on the books in Wisconsin? How do you see it?
Well, listen, I think that we're seeing more and more concerning allegations, and in fact, in some cases, what appear to be facts and statements that Scott Walker doesn't seem to think the law applies to him. We see this in, as you referenced, the $700,000 contribution from the iron ore mining company, and then they give that money, and Scott Walker apparently gives them what they want. It's a pretty clear case of pay-to-play activity. Well,
Ruth, this now appears to be standard operating procedure for the governor of Wisconsin, with multiple groups involved here. What do you make of it?
Well, it is stunning. It is big news in Wisconsin. We've never had a governor that ran around raising money for outside groups. And the emails explicitly state the reason that the governor wants, his finance advisor stated in an email, the reason that he wants people to give money to the Club for Growth is because they can give undisclosed amounts, any amount, unlimited amounts, and the donors themselves are not disclosed. So it's a very clear effort on the part of Walker himself to work to coordinate with this group. That same advisor said, you know, we've had problems in the past with all these outside groups running different issue ads. We need to streamline it. We need to go through one group. And that group conveniently is advised by R.J. Johnson, who is also Walker's chief political strategist during the recall campaign. So what they're doing is they're saying we need an unlimited amount of money. We need to coordinate directly on what the message is. And we can protect donors from having their names disclosed by having them contribute to this group.
So, Ruth,
and he did a great job. He raised a lot of money for that.
Ruth, what is the legal path here if you've got the Republicans running the state?
Well, I mean, there are, you know, this is working its way through the courts, and I think it's important to remember that some of the folks, the Government Accountability Board, which regulates campaign finance in our state, which has been very clear that coordinating with outside groups is a form of political contribution, so it violates state campaign finance law, what Walker did. That's run by a whole bunch of retired judges, some Republicans, some Democrats. The chief prosecutor in this case, Frank Schmitz, who voted for Walker in the recall, rock-ribbed Republican. You know, there are a lot of Republicans who don't want to see Wisconsin become a corrupt state. So it's not just a partisan issue. And this is a court case the Club for Growth is trying to shut down, saying it's a partisan witch hunt. It has no merit. I think these revelations today show that there's a whole lot that Wisconsinites of every political persuasion should be concerned about.
So I guess the Journal-Sentinel now is part of this political witch hunt then, if that's what their defense is. Ruth, are there not very many independent voters in Wisconsin?
Well, I think there are a lot of independent voters, and there are a lot of folks who voted for Walker in the recall because they didn't like the idea of recalling a governor, who nonetheless are not fans of Walker. I think Walker's one bad news story away from totally losing. Wisconsin's a toss-up now. We've moved into the toss-up category after leaning Republican and national, you know, according to national pollsters. It is a toss-up with an underfunded Democratic candidate with almost no name recognition. I think what you see is people moving away from Walker because we learn one thing after another about how he's a tool of a national right-wing set of groups. He's getting an email that says, go talk to Sheldon Adelson, ask for $1 million. He talks to Sheldon Adelson, and that money comes to Club for Growth. You know, he's given his marching orders in these emails. Go talk to one big national rich right-wing figure after another, and he goes and he does that work. This has nothing to do with the interests of the people of Wisconsin. I think that is becoming terribly, terribly clear to folks as they read these stories.
All right, Ruth Conniff, Mike Tate, good to have both of you with us tonight. We'll follow the story. Appreciate it.